My name is Brendan Nelson, and I do woodworking on a wood lathe. It kind of started just on the internet, saw some videos on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, stuff like that of different people doing different woodworking projects on the lathe, and I thought it was pretty cool, and from there just kind of kept growing, and I eventually asked for one for Christmas, and that's the one I got behind me right now, and been working on it ever since, the past like 5 months. That's kind of funny because right away when I got it, my parents thought I was only going to do one thing, and that was make a chess set. So out of spite, I kind of had to do a bunch of stuff before that. So I kind of forced myself to do some other projects first, just to prove to them that I was going to do other stuff. And in doing so, I kind of fell in love with it. At this point, they know they're wrong. And I just really like doing it now. I do it pretty much every single day. I'll either put in headphones or just put on music and listen to a podcast or something and just go to town.
I've been a real bad boy on the town all night. Starting to calm down with the morning light. I'm in the dirt, down in the dirt. Been real bad.
Lathing in general, or just making anything with your hands, is definitely like a lost art. You know, so many things today are made out of plastic or machined on a assembly line, and it's kind of nice to finally make something with your hands. And once you start doing that, you basically don't want to go back to anything not man-made or mass-produced or something like that. You know, so giving a present too is a lot more thoughtful, and people can tell when it was handmade versus something you just bought. But my favorite pieces are probably my pens that I make. Not even really out of wood. Some of them are out of wood, but most of them are out of different types of resin with different ingredients in the resin. You start by pouring resin with whatever ingredients you choose into a mold that you make out of plastic or whatever in the shape like this, and then from this you cut it in basically in half. You measure it out so that the pen inserts can fit inside, and then from that you put it on the lathe and you grind it down into circles like this, and then from there there's a little spacer in the middle, put the pen insert inside, and you got yourself a working pen. It takes a little bit longer when you're first getting into it. If you've never made something, you gotta work out the kinks, and a lot of times you'll mess up. So, you know, you'll put hours into a piece and then you come away with nothing because it breaks. But once you start getting good at it, like pens, I can pretty much make one pen an hour. If it's a resin pen, it'll take a little longer. I have to wait for it to dry and stuff the night before, so. I pretty much break something every single night. I mean, every single time I'll be almost done with a project, and then I press too hard and the whole thing explodes and I have to restart. So you need to learn to roll with the punches. Anytime I get close to the end of a project, or I have a lot of time invested into something and then it doesn't go the way that I want, or it breaks or falls off the lathe and chips, I almost always want to call it a night. But if I do that, I know that I'm never going to pick that project up again. So you kind of got to persevere and push through those struggles. What makes me not want to quit is seeing the end result when you push through any sort of problem you have, and you get a nice end result for a cool project, and then you can finally show it off, and other people don't know, but you know how much time and effort went into that, and it's a little bit more special when it was hard like that rather than something that just went smoothly the whole time. For now, it's just a hobby, but in the future, maybe potentially selling some of my work, or if I stockpile it, maybe go to the craft show or something, or open up a booth. But I'd have to get it either a little faster or make a little more and just wait a little bit more before I could start selling them.